I make a motion, and I can as the president. I make a motion that we rescind policy, or the administrative procedure, KLB AP1.
If you're concerned about the books that are in your school district, you should be offended that they remove this policy. This policy is what I used to challenge the 80 plus books that I had a problem with. They removed the ability for a member of the public or a parent to challenge a book because it has sexually explicit content. You cannot raise that issue with the district with this document anymore. Your only option is to utilize policy BDDH-1. What is that policy? Let's go look at it next. All right, here's BDDH-1, public participation at board meetings. So if you want to challenge a book, you have to jump through hoops, meet with Matt Robinson, file a written request to address the board, and see if they will give you time on the agenda to address the board. You get 3 minutes to 5 minutes depending on if anybody else is discussing that topic. So the only way that you can challenge a book now is to get on the agenda to address the Board of Education. But you better be prepared, and here's why.
We have asked administrators to give us an update on the 80 disputed materials at our December meeting. Let me stress, we have asked for an update, and the process may not be completed at that time. Until then, we will not be responding to the barrage of emails, communications, though we are reviewing and considering feedback as part of the new process. Additionally, requests to speak about the topic at board meetings will be restricted as allowed by state statute and board policy, which means that because this topic was addressed at the board meeting on August 29th, it will not be placed on the agenda again before November 29th.
What is the real-world implication of removing policy KL and forcing us to use BDDH to bring up concerns about the books? You can no longer submit paperwork that is going to compel the district to look into a concern that you have about any book. Classroom or library, classroom, library, doesn't matter. You cannot compel them to look into it. We now have to go before the Board of Education to discuss a topic, books, which they will only allow on the agenda every 3 months. When you do get on the agenda every 3 months to express your concerns about the books, they are no longer under any obligation to look into that book. It is at the discretion of the board to decide if they will instruct the district to investigate that book. And keep in mind that this Board of Education has done nothing in 7 months to remove any sexually explicit, vulgar, or inappropriate content from the library. What are the chances if you come to them with another book that is sexually explicit, that is vulgar and inappropriate, that they're truly going to order the district to look into the matter? They are kings. They're tyrants. We no longer have any control over this process. You're not entitled to come in anytime that you find a book and bring it to their attention. You have to wait 3 months for the next opportunity and ask their permission to address them at a meeting. They're tyrants.